The last few weeks have not been a cakewalk as we took back-to-back losses, one of which was a hard-fought victory and an exciting back-and-forth game, but ultimately, we fell short and gave up some big plays at the end, losing to a game-winning field goal. Although a heartbreaking loss, it did give us a glimmer of hope that the offense may have in fact finally figured out some of their issues. However, the next game was one of the most important games of the year against the Chiefs, and our offense was sleeping, and their offense was way too much for us to handle, and we absolutely disappointed our fans, and our offense took a significant step back. And as a result, we not only lose hope of winning the division, we are now in a position where we might not even make the playoffs. And these final two games make us feel like the postseason is already here. I get that the injuries have been an issue in recent games, but it should not have such an impact where our offense only scores 10 points a game. And next week, we should have a much healthier roster, but there are no excuses anymore at this point of the season. It's do or die time, and we direly need a win, or else we can begin pushing the panic button. And we have a frustrated quarterback, but guess what? We are all frustrated until we right this ship, because it's sailing to the direction of the team that drafted him first overall, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are very much in the playoff race and leading their division at the moment, and being led out by their new highly touted quarterback who they took in the first round, Demarius Browning. He certainly was a prospect that I was interested in, but I knew going into this season that if we went with him over the multitude of guys we selected, it would have been an unjust situation for him to develop as a prospect. And we'll get to see whether we made the right decision or not, because if we went that route, we wouldn't have taken Nate Gills, and I'm sure he's going to want a piece of this guy to assure that we made the right decision. But of course, thank you guys so much for being here. For more content like this, please hit the like button and subscribe, and comment on what you think our biggest issues are. So now that the stage is set, let's go through the lineups and jump into the game. Demarius Browning is at quarterback. Running back is Rachaad White. Fullback is Alex Armour Jr. Receivers are Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and Russell Gage, and we might see some Trey Palmer as well. Tight end is Cade Otton. Left tackle is Tristan Wirfs. Left guard is the rookie Greg Hearns. Center is Ryan Jensen. Right guard is Cody Mock. Right tackle is Luke Gadecki. On defense, Kalijah Cansey and Leonard Floyd are defensive ends. Nose tackle is Vita Vea. Edge rusher is Joe Tryon-Shoyinka. Off-ball linebackers are Levante David and Devin White. Other edge rusher is Shaquille Barrett. Corners are Jamel Dean, Carlton Davis, and Christian Izien. Safeties are Antoine Winfield Jr. and Ryan Neal. A lot at stake going into this game, and both teams cannot afford to lose this one. Otherwise, the playoff chances become disintegrated. Playoffs have already begun for us, and there's no telling if we have a chance of making it if we don't win this one. But we can't look too far ahead because we'll need to stay present in this game as Week 17 has officially begun. Taking this out of the end zone and taken down before reaching the 25-yard line. And Jameis Winston will try to achieve a victory against his former team once again. He played decent against the Saints, but at this point, I'm not really sure which Jameis Winston is going to come out and play for us, and his stats don't match his production. As they go on the ground to start this off, and a strong run there by Banks, who is trying to build on yet another 100-yard game. He achieved that goal against the Chiefs in the loss last game, which has been quite impressive with the injuries we've had on the offensive line recently. And this time, he'll just take what he can get, and an early third down to start this drive. Winston throws. It's incomplete, and the wild accuracies are still apparent from Winston, and a tough start as the Broncos will punt on their opening drive. Dixon just gets it off, and this is a high kick. Fair caught, and the Buccaneers take over. 6th overall pick, Demarius Browning running onto the field, and he was the best prospect in the last class, but we took a different route. They're winning games, but Browning is still very much developing and learning how to decrease his turnovers going forward. As they'll open up with a throw to start off, and complete it on the outside. Small gain there as Tampa is trying to get a feel for the top defense in the league. but that'll hurt them as they jump too early for a false start.
False start, offense.
Second and long. Rushing 4. Hit as he throws, and that'll be incomplete. And now they're one play away from back-to-back opening punt drives. Browning has all day. Now taking a shot. Has a man, but threw that too far out, and Mike Evans unable to catch up to it, and the Broncos will now get the ball back. Starting at the 35-yard line, handoff to Banks, and no one blocked Levante David, and a free lane to tackle him down immediately. No question what a great player he is, and someone that should and will keep us on our toes, as he makes another nice tackle here, and again a third down situation. Can we finally pick up the first down? Winston throws, and yes we can! Whitworth with the big catch, no surprise there, because he's becoming the heart of our offense as of late. If you watch the last game, he just did all the hustle things, run blocking as well as recovering fumbles, and now second and long. And why not make another catch? Whitworth just short of the first down marker and jump-starting our offense on this drive. As Banks finds a lane and picks up the first down, taking this all the way down at the 2-yard line, building on this electrifying drive. Give it to Mostert, finds space and dives in for the score. Touchdown Raheem Mostert once again, and the Broncos will open up this matchup with the first lead of the game. Jumping later on in the second quarter, Bucks at midfield after a false start. They run it with White and hit from behind by Brandon Glover only for a short gain. And that's a significant play because it's the first time the Bucks are inside Broncos territory today. And Surtain will make sure they won't go further with a beautiful tackle there. And now the Bucks will try to convert a third and long. They try it with a screen, and Nate Gills will bring him down from behind. Broncos tackling today has been top-notch, and we'll get the ball back for our offense and try to build the lead before the half. Now with 2 minutes left, throwing over the middle and connects. Whitworth with another catch, and the Broncos are at least inside field goal range, but they'll want more. Throwing this outside, and caught by Dulcich with the reception, and taking this near the 5. First and goal. He's got time, but can't find anyone, and he'll just throw this out of bounds. Smart decision there to not take any risk or a sack. And another wise decision here, finding Dulcich for the score. Touchdown, Greg Dulcich, and the Broncos take a 2-possession lead going into the half. Superb performance, and the defense has literally put us on their backs. It's been difficult for the Bucks to even get a first down, let alone points. And offense finds the end zone twice, but we need more to really run away with this one. Halftime report. Browns are in Los Angeles, and the Chargers with the exact same score as us, as the Chargers are looking to clinch a playoff spot. Rivalry game as the Ravens are in Pittsburgh, and then currently leading before the half up by 11, as the Ravens need this win to keep their playoff hope alive. Raiders at Chiefs, and the Raiders are putting up a fight but still trailing against this dominant Chiefs team, picking up where they left off after beating us last game. As for us, we found the end zone twice in this one, but to solidify the victory, we'll need to expand on our current lead and rely on our dominating defense. And we'll see the Bucks offense here later in the third quarter, as that is caught by Godwin, keeps his balance, and trips over for a solid gain. Weird sequence on that play, which could have been a first down if he just took the tackle and dropped down. As Browning taking a shot and misfires, and in danger of surrendering another punt. Needing 2 yards, White with the carry, cuts back and picks up the first down. Bucks with their most formidable drive of the day and increasing their chances to score. As Browning will flip this out to White and taken down immediately. Devin Bush and company has held the rookie to under 50 yards passing. He's looked incredibly uncomfortable in today's game. as this pass is caught by Godwin, and he'll be taken down just a yard short. And we'll see how composed the rookie is on third down. Broncos send pressure, and down he goes. Mike Dana coming in hot off the edge and taking the Bucks out of field goal range, forcing yet another punt. Broncos will give to Mostert running outside. Has some space, but Dolchich unable to cling onto the block long enough, and it'll be just for a short gain. Tough start in the third as defenses have been really feisty in the second half for both teams. And an example here in Denver is now in danger of giving the ball back. Winston taking a shot over the middle and incomplete, unable to convert, and the struggles on offense are back. Bucks once again on their next drive have put themselves inside Broncos territory, and this is where our defense has been in lockdown mode. They find ways to get to our side of the field, but our defense hasn't let up, and under no circumstances would they let them score. And they'll get a few more yards here to even consider a field goal. Broncos send everyone, and down he goes. Browning taken down again, and Nate Gills is one of the guys to take him down and showing his value over Browning as a first-round pick. And this will take us to the fourth quarter with the lead. Broncos have now taken this drive past midfield and burning a lot of time, as Banks gets taken down behind the line for a loss and unable to regenerate the game he had last time, as the Bucks have been all over him today. As Winston with a bad miss here, Dolchich was wide open and he threw that well past his receiver. And this time, he'll step up and throw, and Whitworth hauls it in. Taken down for the first down, and the Broncos can very well finish the game if they find the end zone here. But Banks unable to shake off Levante David, who has been a magnet against the run game. They'll try again, but just a wall every time they go to the ground. And Banks with his 20th carry, only 50 yards to show for it all game. Winston feels pressure, and down he goes. Yaya Diaby with the sack, and the Bucks will keep this game alive for themselves. After the punt, they'll start at the 43. They go with the screen. White thought he had space, but Barrington exploding in the area for the tackle, and Tampa playing with a bit more urgency now, going hurry up. Quick throw, and that pass is broken up. Surtain with another big play and adding more stress on their offense. Now Browning throwing over the middle, and it's picked off. It's Carl Barrington with the takeaway and draining the life out of the Bucks team. After a first down, the Broncos can pretty much wrap this up, and really needing to burn the clock out as the Bucks have taken a timeout after a loss on that play. Not an ideal performance in the second half, as I thought we could have had more, since we had such a great start on offense, but both teams just couldn't get into a solid rhythm because the defenses have been that good today. And on third down, much better run here, and the Broncos will bring out the field goal team to make this a 3-possession lead. Kick is up, and right down the middle it goes. And that will wrap it up. What a great job by our defense to make the rookie quarterback extremely uncomfortable. And we needed a win so badly after the way we've played lately. Final score is 17-0. Big accomplishment by our defense collectively as we come out of this game with our first shutout of the season. And we had some moments early in this one where the offense was moving the ball well, but the second half of the game has been more of what we've been seeing, unfortunately, lately. Really couldn't run the ball at all because Levante David was a heat-seeking missile that tackled Banks anytime he touched the ball. Winston didn't have to do much because the defense carried this game, but I wish we played better in the second half. But still a pretty solid game by Kendrick Whitworth despite Winston's lack of production. It just wasn't exciting to see our offense consistently punt every drive, and just so many missed throws by Winston where I'd say you're lucky you didn't even get a chance to see that. However, we somehow find a way to get it done, and we're going to take this win and carry the momentum into the last week of the season. So with this win, it's safe to say we are alive in the playoff race going into week 18, but we haven't clinched anything just yet. And as much as I think the next game should be a gimme, it could very well be a trap game. But it does feel good for now to see that we are back in the 7th seed. Thank goodness these draft prospects aren't the highlight of my videos, rather I can highlight some key players this time around. Linebackers and edge rushers are the topic of discussion today. Starting with left outside linebackers, I would say there's a lot of edge rushers in this class that make me pretty excited than off-ball linebackers. There's a variety of power and speed, but with our edge depth at the moment, it's not an immediate need that would make me draft one early. So I did wonder if there could be some value down the board as well. I'll start with the projected top edge rusher in Tyrese Stevens. He's 6'2", 259 pounds at 21 years old out of Wisconsin, a bit undersized, and a fairly good athlete. I think what I appreciate about him is that he hits hard, and the potential is there, but it's just a matter of unlocking it with development. Cooper Hill has the perfect size at 6'6", 266 pounds, and only 21 years old out of Louisville. I admit I wish he was more of an athlete, but I also don't hate it for his size and value on the 3rd or 4th round. He's got durability and talented with power rushing, and knows how to play against the run. If anything, he's a mid-3rd round grade for me, maybe even better. An off-ball linebacker I do like is Bruce Boston. He's got good size at 6'3", 240 pounds, and an above-average athlete, which you need from a guy like this, but my favorite part about his game is that he's a tackling machine. He's got toughness, he's got coverage skills, and great against the run, and could be very valuable in my defense. Last guy is Matthew Roberson, who's a projected UDFA. I like his upside being a good athlete, and maybe there could be more, but he's at least a late round pick because of how great he is at rushing the line and finishing the plays. He could very well be a steal in this class. Middle linebackers. I'll be honest, I was not at all impressed with this class. It's either they're too small or too slow or they're athletic, but their traits and skills don't reflect what we need out of our Mike linebacker position. Off-ball linebackers are harshly graded by me because you're like the captain of the defense and handling a bunch of assignments, and I need to trust your ability, progression, and speed. Two guys I'll talk about here, and I'll start with Kadron Yancey. He's a similar build to Bruce Boston, but I wish he was more athletic. He's got the size, and even the player skills are above my expectations, but I wonder if his athleticism may hold him back from being a good player to being a great one. Jerry Bowie is the other one, who's a bit smaller in height but much bigger at 248 pounds. He's a better athlete than Yancey, but not over the top great. He's not that strong, but you can live with it because he still finishes the play strong and makes good decisions to put himself in positions to succeed. Right outside linebackers are a bit overrated from my perspective. The guys that are ranked fairly high are really early round 3 picks at best for me. Most of them are one-dimensional, and there just aren't any guys that make you jump out of your seat and pound a table for and can be excited about. Ultimately, I settled on these two guys to talk about, and the first one is Chandler Bowman, who's projected 1st or 2nd round pick. He's 6'5", 241 pounds and only 21, so love the size and age. He's a fairly good athlete, and you can live with this for your edge rusher. Most exciting thing about him is his pursuit, recognition of plays, and the potential of his play all across the board. He's going to be a good player in the NFL, but is he worth a high draft pick though? Have to throw another off-ball linebacker to finish this off, and it's Javon Bright. He's undersized at 6 feet 232 pounds, but he's a very good athlete. His size does scare me even in Madden, but he's a smart player who can do just about everything and could bring good value in the 4th round. But that will finish off linebackers, and the next episode is going to be on corners and safeties, and it's week 18. We will see if we can make the playoffs by beating the Jets. This would be so disappointing if we get eliminated because we can't beat the Jets. And we need to badly because it's a tight race for everyone and no more breathing room at this point of the season. It all comes down to this and playing against one of the best defenses led out by Sauce Gardner. Should be a fun one, but thank you guys so much for watching. For more content like this, please hit the like button and subscribe. Comment on what you think of this linebacker class. I'll see you in the next one. I'm Monkey C, and I'm out.